Hello, I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, and this is the Tavern Chat Podcast. Today, we have some news. Back in 2020, it was probably November or early December, we learned about Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman withdrawing their lawsuit against Wizards of the Coast, or the lawsuit being dismissed without prejudice, meaning it could be refiled. Usually that means that, hey, there's a deal made. And this was over the Dragonlance and books they were working on, and Wizards of the Coast changed editors. And when they changed editors, they were basically told, we're no longer going to approve anything going forward, but we're not ending the contract. It was basically a way to say, yeah, this isn't happening anymore. Well, here's the news, and I've covered this on the Tenkar's Tavern blog, but I know some of you don't read the blog. Hey, everybody has their own way of consuming news and such in our corner of the universe. News, Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman to publish a new series based on classic Dragonlance. Now, I'm curious what makes it classic Dragonlance. Is that it's only based upon the first 6 books that they wrote? I'm just curious. Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman are pleased to announce a multi-year licensing agreement with Wizards of the Coast to produce a new 3-book series of classic Dragonlance novels. The new trilogy will return fans to the most beloved characters from the original novels, along with introducing a new strong protagonist. The books will be published by Del Rey Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. Although a publishing date has not yet been formally set, they anticipate announcing when the first book will be released later this year. We couldn't be happier to be returning to the world we love, says Margaret Weis. Dragonlance is what brought Tracy and I together so many years ago. We're thrilled to be able to do this for existing lovers of Kryn while bringing our beloved characters to a new generation of readers. The first classic Dragonlance novel, Dragons of Autumn Twilight, was written by Weis and Hickman and published in 1984. Holy shit. So we're 37 years later. Since that time, more than 190 novels have been published in a setting. Weis and Hickman have collaborated on numerous series over the last 30 years, including projects set within the world of classic Dragonlance and outside of it. 2 notable series are the Deathgate Cycle and the Dragon Sword series, both published by Penguin Random House. We credit the fans of Dragonlance for making this journey possible, says Tracy Hickman. We wrote the series out of our thanks to them for this amazing lifelong journey, and from our wish to join us once more on the road to solace.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Ha! There's my Apple Watch thinking that somehow I was talking to it. The license for the series was secured by Weis and Hickman in 2018. Their recent dispute with Wizards of the Coast was resolved at the end of 2020, with all parties pleased to have come to an agreement on how best to move forward with the trilogy. All are focused on producing the best series possible and will not comment on the past dispute other than say it has been resolved. So, yes, there's an NDA involved. Are any of us really surprised by that? I know I'm not. It appears that Weis and Hickman got what they wanted. And I'm assuming what they wanted was a bit more control over their product. But I guess we'll have to see what that new protagonist is. And I'm already seeing rumblings on social media, and this is coming from, as it seems to be usual these days, from both extremes, that they expect that this protagonist could be somebody that marks off a few check boxes on the issues that often require check boxes. I don't know. We won't know until the series comes out. Now, that being said, am I going to read it? All right. I'll be honest with you. I haven't sat down and read a novel in I don't know how many years. My brain got rewired after chemo from Hodgkin's over a dozen years ago. Because before that, I could read a novel sometimes in 2 or 3 days. And after that, it became, I'm lucky to read a novel a year. The attention span for that stuff just isn't there for me now. That being said, if they put out a version on Audible, I can see myself sitting in my recliner, listening to this book in the mornings to kind of get my relaxation going. Time will tell. Now, do I expect that there will be, and just like there's the Hand and Eye of Vecna is being offered for pre-order, I can almost guarantee you there is going to be a line of limited figurines, collectibles associated with this. Maybe even a reboot of the Dragonlance setting. And it could be rebooted and not put out by Wizards of the Coast. It could be licensed by Weis and Hickman. They did it before. Back in the 3E era of things, they had a license. Well, Margaret had a license for it. So I could see it happening again or something similar. It's going to be an interesting year. Already 2021 seems a lot better than 2020 was. 2020 was a shit year for a lot of reasons, not just COVID. But as Bad Mike and I have discussed, the COVID shutdowns have affected stores, no matter what their businesses are. But you got to remember that hobby stores, especially, they survive on foot traffic. You got to get people into the store to buy stuff, right? They survive on having games in their store and Magic the Gathering tournaments, and that shit hasn't been happening. So hopefully the timing for this first novel coincides with significant reopening of our economy. Because that will, when the economy reopens, people are going to be hungry to spend their dollars on things that will make them forget the last year and a half, make that kind of fade and like it never happened. I you know, they say time heals all wounds. I mean, I can still remember events of 2011, 2001. Oh my God, and I'm sober. Of the 9/11, and I work 6-7 days a week for months, and at the time I thought, wow, I'll never forget this, and I haven't, but it's certainly been blunted. Obviously, I've had much better memories to take the place of a lot of the bad ones, and I would expect and hope that something similar happens with the era of COVID. I'm not saying forget it once this is all said and done, but maybe we can not dwell on it. Right? There's better things to dwell on, positive things. So, folks, on that note, again, we are in the midst of the world of COVID. I brought it up. I guess that would mean that when this goes up on YouTube, it'll be unmonetized. I'm not monetized anyway on YouTube, so fuck it. But use your common sense. It's all I can tell you. All I can suggest is use your common sense. Your actions are what will keep you, your loved ones, your family, your friends, hopefully healthy and safe, or at least improve those odds. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, and God willing, I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, folks.